Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. We're going to be starting off with Subnautica. This is a game that I have loved for many years now. I first saw it played a couple years ago and I just instantly fell in love with it. I love everything about it. So we're just going to dive right in and start a new playthrough. Okay, you can see I have a whole bunch of save files already started, some hardcore, some survival. I think we're just going to do survival because hardcore really doesn't make a difference in this game. There's no like level difficulty. It's just hardcore is permadeath. If you die, you die. And for those who don't know, this is an underwater survival game about your spaceship right there, as a matter of fact, the Aurora, crash landing onto this planet. And you have to gather food, manage resources, build shelter, and explore the environment and figure out what's going on this planet. Because there is a little bit of a mystery. Alright. I love this opening.
Launch in 3, 2, 1.
Sorry about that, I gotta adjust my microphone and everything. Here we are, blasting off from our ship. And of course, nothing can go right, ever. I bet that hurt. Metal plate right to the face. Come on. There we go. Nice little action-packed opening we got here. Oh, there we go. Put out this fire. Make sure we don't die first off. And of course I walked right into the flames. That must be a universal thing, tapping your electronics when they don't work. Give them a good knock on the screen.
Minor head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome. This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is your PDA. This is your lifeline in this game. Here's all your equipment slots, your inventory. There's a whole bunch of tabs up here. We'll get into down here in the corner is your O2, your health is the orange one, your food is the yellow one, and your water is the blue one. And you have to manage and maintain all of those. And then up here, the different tabs we have, these are recipes that we can start out with being able to build. There's quite a few of them from the beginning, and there's a lot more that get unlocked. We'll go over those. And then we have beacons. You can change the color of your beacons in case one of these doesn't stand out enough. I like to set these to red. Photo manager, voice log, this is where everything that your PDA tells you, you can come back to it. And same thing with databank. And there's a whole bunch of tabs in here with a lot of people miss this in the beginning of the game. They don't search through the tablet, and they miss a lot of these things. And here is some very useful information. It tells you about different tools that you can make. The repair tool, the scanner being what are your most important tools. Habitats, this is just things that you can build. That's your habitat builder. That's actually how you build all of your survival modules. Power, you only start out with solar in the beginning. Vehicles, we'll get to those later. Survival package, and here is where a lot of people miss, and then they wander and they don't understand what to do. So something I like to tell people in the beginning if they've never played Subnautica is check your tablet, because all of the information is right there. And it says even start right here. If you're reading this, you've survived an evacuation, blah blah blah. All the information is here. And then survival checklist. first aid, inventory of any supplies, decide rations, check the life pod for damage and repair as necessary, locate survivors, construct a more permanent habitat, and then here's one thing that they miss. Construct necessary survival equipment using the life pod's fabricator. And then it tells you here your blueprint database is corrupted, but that's okay. So we take a look around. We've got a little bit of storage in there, and we're not going to need this. But we'll take one of these for now. We don't really need the flares. And yeah, you take a look around. Your little life pod here is... Look at that smoke effect. Your little life pod here is pretty damaged. And if you mouse over, hover over things, it tells you this is damaged, use the repair tool. But the fabricator is not. The fabricator is where you make all of your items. Food, water, equipment, these are all things that you can make, and it will tell you what you need. And I've seen a lot of people who play this game for the first time, they just gloss right over it and they don't get into it. So there's two ways out of the life pod. You can either go, the escape pod, you can either go down or you can go up, and they both have little cool instances for the first time that you use them. But for now, we'll go up. Little cutscene here. Go up and you can... This I've always thought was really cool. You come out of the escape pod and you're just greeted with water all around.
Orbital hull failure. Cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected.
Well, that doesn't sound good. But yeah, like water, as far as you can see, as far as you can tell, there is nothing other than the ship, which seems to be sitting above water. We'll go back down and we'll go through the bottom. And this I've always loved as well. You open up, you get the little cutscene with all the fish. The water, the environment in this game is so cool. I love everything about it. And then from here, the game's pretty much on. You just swim. You swim and you look for resources and you try to get food, and you can go around, and almost all of these fish you can catch. Some of them are a little bit fast. But yeah, one of the first things you need to do, yeah, you'll go around and you'll look for things. And there's one thing you're going to be hearing a lot: oxygen. You only have very limited oxygen in the beginning, and it's very rough. And as you can see right here, the game just giving you a little heads up, like, hey, break this, by the way. Come over here and you break it, and you get some...
Copper is an essential component of all powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
Yeah, so you break these little rocks, and you get materials. And the beginning ones it's a lot of copper and titanium, which is very useful in the beginning. But I also grabbed there, you can see, I grabbed metal salvage from the ship, and I also got a fish, because you absolutely want to start stocking up on water and food in the beginning. That is going to be essential. Look at this. This is always so cool to me. I love it. The environment, the creatures. Oh, sorry about that, sir. You can also see there's these little boxes, and there is stuff in them, but we can't do anything with that right now. So basically what we need to do is we need to come up here so we don't drown. We're going to go to our blueprints, and we're going to look and see what we need. Right off the bat, we're going to need some equipment. So we're going to need an O2 tank, so we'll pin that. We'll need some fins. And one thing we need to work towards is a scanner, because that's going to help us immensely. A survival knife as well. And then we also need to make a battery for the scanner, which is right there in electronics. And that tells you, yeah, if you look on the screen over there, it tells you you need how many of this and how many of that. So we're going to go down and we're going to look for some more nodes, and we're going to look for anything that we can find, basically. We need at least 2 acid mushrooms, which are these right here. I've seen a lot of people, they come into a game at first and they're like, oh, I can pick this up, and they just immediately fill their inventory up with acid mushrooms, and then they end up just having to drop them all immediately anyway. Which I get it, you're in a new game, you don't know what you're doing. You're trying to figure it out, you're trying to find the lay of the land. Grab another grab another metal scrap, and that should be enough for everything that we need for right now. We can build the O2 tank, we can build the scanner, which again is going to help a little bit of copper. Let's see if we can't get a few of these bladderfish.
Alien life forms may have unexpected applications.
Let's see, can we
alien
get
resources is a proven
can we get
survival strategy.
yes, I know, eat something, that's why I'm gonna try to get
Oxygen.
nope. Alright, peepers are a little bit too fast right off the beginning. Where's my, there it is. In the beginning, it's very important to keep your beacon on your escape pod, because you will lose it. You will get lost very easily in the beginning stages of this game until you have something set up. So, okay. We're going to eat this.
It is common for those accustomed
And
to synthetic foods
then
to
we're
be
going to
repulsed by
make
eating
a
an
battery.
animal carcass. Remember that humans survived this way for millennia.
We also need to
Captain, new blueprint
make some
acquired.
titanium out of the metal scrap that we got. That way we can make everything else that we need. Yeah. So let's do an O2 tank. And then there's the upgraded. A lot of times when you make a recipe in this game, you'll get an upgrade to a recipe. And in this one, it's the high capacity O2 tank, which needs your standard O2 tank, 2 glass, 4 titanium, and a silver ore, which all of which we can get. But this is the most important tool we're going to have throughout the game, the scanner.
The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
Yes, and that right there is very important. So let's go over here. We're going to eat that cooked Gary fish. And now we don't need this, so let's go back to the blueprints. We don't need the battery for right now. We don't need this, and we don't need the scanner. Where's the scanner? There it is, because we already have it. I'm going to take this off my hotbar because I don't need it. And I'm also going to throw this stuff in storage. I'll throw the bladderfish in there too. Maybe I should... No. I was going to say maybe I should eat. My hunger is a little bit low, but we can wait on that. Oh, and here we are. We're in the night. Okay.
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core sustained during planet fall.
Okay, I know it's a little bit hard to see right now. I actually wonder, can I bump up the brightness a little bit? Just a little, so that you can see. We'll bump it up to like right there. Hopefully that's good enough. But yeah, you can see right off the bat that at night it gets very, very dark. And these boxes that I said earlier contain pieces of material. And right there was part of one. Again, another very useful early game item, the sea glide. Thank you, sir. And now that... Oh! Also, you can scan a lot of things in this game. And it will highlight and it will give you information about all of them if you tab over as soon as you scan them. We definitely need to make a flashlight and some fins. Creep vines. There they are. That's what we're looking for. Those glowy things right there. Oh, I heard a stalker. This is their domain, so see, can we... Yep,
Life
creepvine.
on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further
Come on,
study
give me the...
recommended.
There we go. We'll take 4 for now. We don't need a ton. But yeah, scanning is a very big part of this game. You unlock a lot of information. You unlock your blueprints that way. And you just learn things about the environment. Almost everything is scannable at least once. And when it comes to blueprints, if you find extra, anytime you scan it, once you have the recipe unlocked, you will just gain some material from it. So it's very helpful. Okay, so now that we have some creepvine clusters, we can make silicone rubber. And with the silicone rubber, now we make our fins.
The fabricator draws from available data to provide
I also
environment-appropriate equipment using locally
titanium.
available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
Make another one of these. And then we make, nope, down here, the survival knife. Another very useful tool in the beginning.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
I love all the little, oh, I should probably take one of these med kits. I don't need it right now, but it's always good to have those moving. Put that in there. Put that in there. And then we'll pin the City Glide, which needs battery, lubricant, copper wire, and titanium, which we might have almost everything to do. We just need the battery. We need the titanium. Take one of these. I know I just put all that stuff in there, but... So make the lubricant.
Lubricant is essential in construction of vehicles and
Yeah, there
power
it is.
plants.
The waterproof lockers are kind of useful in the beginning, but not really. These are the two most useless items in the game. The floating air pump and the pipe. When I started out, I thought that was something you needed, and it's not in the slightest. Oh, there we go. Cool. It's daytime. So we'll need... Well, first off, we'll need to scan. Like I said, scan everything in this game. It gives you useful information about the environment and everything that's in it. We got those. There's another one. I don't know if you noticed, but we're swimming a lot faster. Oh, mobile vehicle bay fragment. That's very good to get off the bat. We'll take 2 creepvine samples. And here is some salt. I can't scan that though. Not sure why.
30
Oh.
seconds.
We need a little bit of copper, so we've got to find some limestone chunks. Got to find some limestone chunks, and if I remember correctly, let's see, where is it? I've played this game so many times, and I still get super lost in it because it's very disorienting, and there is no map. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. This right here in the beginning, this coral tube is such a great place to get resources. And I think actually we might be... Ooh, what's this? Sea glide fragment. We don't need that, but we do need... Get this. Get some quartz. And again, all of these scannables, they are optional, but it's very good to have them. And here's a good early game little
Detecting sulfur
helpful.
deposits in the local cave systems. Sulfur is an essential component.
There we go.
of the
Copper, that's what we
repair
need.
tool. Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many
That silver's going to
habitat
help us, and that
modules.
should be enough copper. But we're going to grab a little bit more of everything. Because in the beginning, everything is useful. All this stuff that you're seeing, you just have to keep an eye on oxygen, which I can see is getting low, so we might want to get out of here. But yeah, scan everything, look for everything, grab everything in the beginning.
Oxygen.
Pay attention to your oxygen, otherwise you will die. And there's not too much of a consequence for dying in this game. You lose some items, but if you know where you died, they're very easy to get back because they just stay where you died. So as long as you know where it is that you died in game, you're good. Okay, so ooh, wait, how much? Okay, we should have enough. So we're gonna make the copper wire. Excuse me. We're gonna make the battery, and now we're gonna make the Sea Glide. There we go.
Glide will increase your effective exploration
We'll put that in
range.
1.
For your safety,
Put
please
that in
pack
2.
supplies
Put the
for
knife in
long
3.
journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest
Oh,
life
I'm starting to
pod
get
or
I'm starting to get
habitat.
hungry.
Vital signs stabilizing.
What else? Okay, so we don't need any of these recipes anymore, so we might as well, we'll unpin them. And as you're going along and you're scanning things, you can see how when you find a new part, it'll show up in your tablet, and it'll be grayed out until you find all of the parts, and it'll tell you how many pieces of that thing you need to get the recipe. Okay. All right, and then standard O2 tank, we can do that. So to do that, we need to take this off, and then we need, how many glass was it? It was 2 glass. Glass is quartz, and you need 2 of them. We have exactly 4, so that works. And now we have the high capacity O2 tank. And I believe that's 90 seconds. No, that one's 135. So now we have more oxygen. We can explore for longer, and we don't have to worry about running out of oxygen too quickly. Another thing I would like to make, where is it? The air bladder. Yes. So this is a tool that I slept on for quite a long time because I was not aware of how great it is. There we go. And now that we have, we're going to take another water. Now that we have the Sea Glide, we move a lot faster. Oh, so much better. But one thing that I want to do while I'm out here is we're going to get a couple of these. Because, if I remember correctly, now we're good, we can unpin that. Yeah, disinfected water, we need bleach. And bleach is salt and coral table. So do we have... Let's see if we have a couple more. If there's any salt around here, also take a look out. Yeah, keep an eye out for these things. Now, Sea Glide. We don't need the Sea Glide. I mean, if we ever need material, we can always come back to these and scan them, and it'll give us titanium. Oh, I love that music. Listen to that music. It's so good. But what we want to keep an eye out for is limestone outcrops, but we also want to keep an eye out for the boxes that we saw earlier because they have... Ooh, there's a stalker. Oh, there we go. Sandstone.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Yeah, when you go down too far in this game, you, if you don't have the right equipment... Ooh, and this is actually the perfect way to show you this. So, the air bladder, if you're down very low and you're like, oh no, I have to get up to the surface very quickly, which we can do, you just hold this. takes you right up to the top, and it refills every single time you come up to the surface, just like your oxygen tank does. So it's a great tool for early and beginning playthroughs of this game. But right now, what I'm looking for is more of these. Oh, that is a good one. Laser cutter fragment. I don't think I've ever found one this early on in the game, but I've never really been looking either. But yeah, if you go down too far and you're not prepared... Let's see, I am looking for... Is there not one in there? I guess not. And again, scanning everything gives you information, but it's not necessary. But like I said, it will give you the necessary information that you need to figure out recipes or figure out what you need to do next. This game doesn't hold your hand a ton. It seems to give you pretty much the right amount of information at the right time. So we're going to go down in here, which is that tube from earlier, and where are we at? No, we want to go back down here. Oh no, this is a different one. And we're looking for everybody's favorite fish in this game. Where is he? Since we have the sea glide right away, is there not one in here? They're everywhere you don't want them to be, but when you need one... Oh, some more parts over here. Scanner room. Now we can't do anything with the scanner room yet, because we can't build a base, because we don't have the necessary parts.
Integrating new PDA data.
Oh, another laser cutter. Oh man, if I get that super early, that's going to be great. It's always a pain in the ass to find those.
Local scans show a nearby cave entrance, depth 90 meters.
This is one of my favorite areas in the game, the red plateaus. I think that's what it's called. That's what I've always called it.
Supports extensive biodiversity.
Oh, and here's something. Here's part of the ship.
Small cave networks.
Here's part of the ship. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up, get some air, go up, and then we'll go right back down. Probably going to pass 100 meters, but that's okay. Well, we won't be down here for too long. Bioreactor, great early game power source. Scan the metal salvage. And scanning everything also helps you find it later. With the scanner room. The scanner room is useful in that regard. Got a bunch of hostile enemies over here, so we gotta keep an eye out for them. They will take a chunk out of you. Most everything in this game is pretty benign. I don't know if that's the right word that I'm trying to use, but it doesn't really bother you unless you bother it. But some things, they just want to bite you right on the ass. Oh, there we go. Propulsion cannon fragment. That's another good one to find early. I kind of got off track of what I was looking for, but this is good. Oh, is that the third? That's the third laser cutter fragment. I have never had the laser cutter this early. Let's get back up to the surface. That is the earliest that I've ever gotten the laser cutter. Normally I have to look around everywhere for it. But, okay, I need to get back on track. I know this is interesting, and I'm still going to go to it. Because there might still be more things down here. A lot of these wrecks too, you can go into them, but you have to be very careful because they contain a lot of things like this. These are all decorative. And they're not super useful.
New
Oh, mobile
blueprint
vehicle bay.
acquired.
That is something that could be that we need. But you'll find a lot of these in here, these PDAs.
Integrating new PDA data.
But you will also find a lot of useless stuff.
New blueprint
Do we have another?
acquired.
Yeah, disinfected
Preparing
water.
the
Okay.
day's water ration
Mobile
ahead
vehicle
of
bay
time
fragment. That's
will
great.
help ensure against dehydration.
Okay.
New blueprint
Let's get out of here
acquired.
before.
Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
Oh, that doesn't sound too good. All right, now I've got to get back on track. I've got to get back on task. There's something I'm looking for in here, in what is called the safe shallows. That's what this is. Also, while we're at it, come here, you. Yeah. We're gonna have to grab some stuff for food, so we'll grab a couple of these fish.
Seek fluid intake.
Fluid intake. Well, it's a good thing I just got some disinfected water. Oh, and I hit the wrong button. There we go.
Vital signs stabilizing.
All right, let's go in here. There's got to be one in here. There has to be one in here somewhere. Grab a little bit of quartz. But what we're looking for, where is he? They're always around when you don't want them. Oh, here's something. We're not going to grab this right now, but there are creature eggs in this game. Yeah, seriously, every time I don't want one, they're everywhere. Where is he? Obviously, just does not want to be seen. Well, let's go get some oxygen. Like I said, every time you don't want to find these guys, they're everywhere. It seems like every cave you go into, they're there. But now that I'm actually looking for one, nope, that's a creature egg. Seriously, where the hell? It's another creature egg. I think I'm going around in a circle here. Seems that way. Okay. Well, let's see if I can't find the giant coral tube again. Which should be somewhere over this way. Because I know for sure there's one. Is this it? Yes, okay. And this is why this is... No, this... Yeah, this is it. No, it isn't. I'm a liar. Again. God, they all look the same. No, seriously, where is it? There's no way. I haven't even heard him yet. And normally by now he makes his presence known. I know it seems like I'm just wandering, but I actually am looking for something. Looking for something very specific. Which, of course, like I said, now that I'm actually looking for it, is nowhere to be found. Is this it, or is this the same one again? I think this is just the same one again. I also didn't realize that there were two of those giant coral tubes like that. Okay. Seriously. I keep going further and further out, and that's not what I want to do. So we're going to head towards the ship. Which I know you're thinking, that seems like a bad idea. That thing is on fire. And you're right. It's not a good idea to get too close to it, but it's going to help me get my bearings at least a little bit. Excuse me. What we want to do for right now is stick around in the safe shallows. which this is the kelp forest. I don't know how we got so far out. That happens a lot in this game though, man. You start playing and you see something and you're like, ooh. No, there are some valuable resources down there, but I don't feel like dealing with that right now. We do, however... Oh, there we go. Beacon, very important in the beginning game. And there's the other part to it. Nice. Okay. Let's keep heading this way. A couple more things we can scan. Trash can. Not very useful. It's another beacon fragment.
Blueprint acquired.
But I'm actually surprised. We very early in this game found a couple important blueprints. Right before we go down there, let's get some oxygen. Some very useful ones. The laser cutter. I can't believe it. Nope, that's a thermal vent. I don't want to go down there. I can't believe I found the thermal vent. Like right off the beginning. I never find it that early. And but of course, like I said, the one thing that I am looking for, I can't seem to find anywhere. And I've never had this much trouble running into them. Because they are usually everywhere that you don't want them to be.
Seek fluid intake.
Running low on water, we're gonna have to make some.
Stabilizing.
There was one earlier, and I should have just activated it and got the. I should have got it then instead of waiting. Another beacon. You're gonna run into a lot of extra parts, though. Sea glide parts, beacons. What we have to do is go into the caves. But we don't want to get lost. Oh, here we go. Gold and silver. It's very easy to get turned around in these as well. Oh, there we go. There's one of the coolest creatures in the game. And I know I said about not getting sidetracked, but we've got to go check this out. This is called a reefback. These things are so cool looking. I love the character design in this game. This is why it's one of my favorite games. I love underwater exploration games. And this just has so many like unique creatures and environments in the game. And this guy actually has things on his back that you can scan because he is a moving reef. He's a moving like coral reef.
Oxygen.
Yep. But you also have to be careful because he does sometimes have things on his back that will hurt you, but he also has these barnacles. Break them, they have material. Alright. Back to the matter at hand. Again, I am looking for something very specific. And
100 meters.
Let's not go that way.
Efficiency decreased.
Again, I cannot for the life of me seem to find it. I keep pulling myself off track and getting sidetracked. Which again, very easy to do in this game. So again, we're going to head towards the ship. We're going to head over this way. There's some more wreckage down here, but we don't need that right now. What we need to do is find one specific creature so that I can... Oh, but since I'm already here, I'm seeing things that I need. I might as well scan them before I get too far off track. See, this is one of the best parts about the game, and one of the worst parts about the game. It's literally like the Family Guy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. You will get distracted very easily. Oh, I already had that. Scanner room, fragment. Nuclear waste disposal. Not something we need right this second, but will be helpful later in the long game.
New blueprint acquired.
Metal salvage. We don't need that. Can we find a couple more sea moth pieces? We only need 2. Uh-oh. Well. I have run out of battery for my Sea Glide because I am using it way too much. So now I have to go back. That's okay. We need to make some food. I gotta make a new battery. Do I have copper? Okay. So I just need to get some. Yeah, see, your early game, your power source is just batteries, and it's very, very finicky. Well, not finicky. It's just very, very limited in the beginning. So you're gonna go through batteries like crazy until you find a better power source or a battery charger. 1, 2 of those. Maybe what I'll do is once I go over to the pod, I'll stick around this area because, again, I'm looking for something very specific, which for right now is only found in the caves. And I think it's going to be these caves underneath. Alright, so let's get back into our little guy here. Make another battery, and then we will also cook a peeper.
The fabricator cooks small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption. Bleach is an essential chemical used for cleaning wounds and purifying water.
Okay. And that's why we get the coral tubes in the salt. It turns into bleach, which turns into disinfected water, and disinfected water in the beginning is much better than getting peepers. A lot of people like to get peepers and use those, but for every bleach you have, you get 2 water, whereas for every peeper you only get 1 bottle. Now, I think the bottle of water you get, we don't need lead right now. Probably don't need any creepvine samples. Don't need those. We'll eat this. Nope. We're in the inventory, so we can't eat that. We'll put this guy in there. And then we'll eat this. Open up our Sea Glide, hit R to get the battery, and then switch through. And we'll change that out. And when you're not using it, it's a good idea to... Nice. Another first aid kit. Actually, I'll keep that with me. Okay, so pretty much what I'm trying to find is we got the repair tool. And for the repair tool, we need cave sulfur. Cave sulfur is found, believe it or not, in caves. But look at that. See, right underneath my base is exactly what I was looking for. I should have just came back here from the beginning. We're looking for this dude right here. The crash fish. Basically, the crash fish's whole existence is to sit in these little pods and then explode. It's a terrible existence, but that's what he does. Alright, so here we go. Now that we got that, after looking for it for so long, we need silicone, and that's where this comes in. We only need 1. We don't have any? I thought we did. Oh no, we need Creepvine clusters. That's what this is. We need to go get creepvine clusters. So we'll put these back. And we need 5 titanium, this. So we could probably put a lot of this stuff in here. Which we're not going to have a ton of room. You get very limited... you get very limited inventory space in the beginning. And you can make the underwater lockers, and they do help. But it's... you know... Let's get a creepvine seed cluster, because I think you only need 1, and then you get 2 silicone rubber. And if I need 2 and I gotta come back, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. But I'm pretty sure it's only 1. Yes. 1 cluster will give you 2 of these, and then we can make, finally, the repair tool. Repair tool is what we need to repair this. And watch this feat of engineering that they have concocted. We literally just rewind time.
Secondary systems online, running full environment diagnostic,
like,
and output
you just rewind time. We'll repair our radio, and now we can start getting radio messages. And here's the first one you get.
This is Aurora. Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
That's a lot of hours. 99999 hours? Okay. So now we've got a few things in our inventory. We've got a bunch of new blueprints. Mobile vehicle bay, that's going to be important.
Warning. Local radiation readings suggest the Aurora's drive core has reached critical state.
Uh-oh.
Quantum detonation will occur within 2 hours.
2 hours for quantum detonation. Does anybody else hate when games have a system of letting you know that there's a new message or something in an inventory, so they give you the little check mark or the yellow glowing tab? It drives me crazy, but to sit here sometimes and do all of this to make them go away. Now I can click on everything, but that's just a pain in the ass. So a lot of the times this, I'm not going to sit here and do this whole thing. That's a pain in the ass. But it's like I said, I like to keep my inventory a little bit compact. So again, we have the repair tool. We have a couple of really good recipes, and we are still stuck on this big giant ocean planet. So what do we have to do next? Let's go back down. Let's take a look at things that we need to build. Is there anything that we need to build? The rebreather. Yes. The wiring kit, actually. Silver. I believe we can do that, and then we can do this for mesh. So we need a wiring kit. Excuse me. And then we need fiber mesh. I think it was only 1. And then we make the rebreather. And the rebreather is wonderful because it is going to help us. Do we? No, we don't get that yet. Okay. So now, once we go below 100 meters, our oxygen doesn't deplete nearly as quickly. And I think we'll head over to the ship real quick. Can't get too close to it, but there's a lot of good loot that's just sitting around the ship. And in the beginning stages of the game, you can pick up quite a few things. You can pick up food, batteries, all types of stuff if you just head over this way. Now I know you can't get too close to the ship, because it is damaged, and I believe even early game it's leaking radiation. But if you come over here, it's a lot further away than I expected it was. I never remember how far away it is. But you'll pass a couple things. You'll pass a kelp forest, but you'll mostly stick to the safe shadows for the early game. Excuse me. But yeah, you get a lot of things like this over here. Early game, a lot of wreckage. Got some crash fish. Just swim away from those as fast as you can. Grav trap fragment. This is very good early game because this will help you catch fish through gravity. And you know what? Since he sacrificed for us, we'll take his sulfur. We'll scan that sulfur plant. But yeah, if you check out this area over here, you'll find a lot of good stuff early game. So like again, here's the other parts of the grav trap. Oh, yep, there's the radiation.
Blueprint acquired.
Okay, so you can't go super close. That wreck right there is pretty much, and you can see we are pretty close to the ship. You can see it's kind of landed in this in the safe shallows. But you can't get too close to it, otherwise, well, you know. But you can still find a lot of useful things, and here is one of the most useful, the coffee vending machine. Because when you're stranded on an ocean-logged planet with nothing to get by other than what you can find, you need coffee. Sounds about right. Okay. I think that's pretty good for right now. So we're gonna head back to the little escape pod. This always looks like a face to me, and I know thousands of other people have pointed out the same thing, but that looks like a face. Like, there's the eyes, there's a little mouth, and this has like a big lip. Oh yeah, you can dolphin dive out of the water. It's kind of funny to watch. Also, let's see. Ooh, scan these things with the unfortunate name of floater. Not what you want to be called. Nope. I don't want to attack him. Rabbit Ray. The scanning in this game is a little bit wonky. I hope that's something they fix for the sequel. Let's grab a couple peepers though if we can. Maybe we'll make a grav trap.
Congratulations, survivor. You have exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
That's right. Make sure you do those push-ups and those sit-ups as well. Drink plenty of juice. Okay. So, well, hold on. Let's get out of this. We can unpin the recipe, because we don't need that right now. Now I don't remember what I was going to do. I was going to do something. Oh yeah. We needed to get back, because it looks like we need food. So, we'll make a cooked peeper. We'll eat that. And then... Oh. Do we have... No, that was something else. Okay. That's this guy. Med kits in the beginning are always good. There was something that I was going to do, and now I completely forgot what it was. But, yeah, okay. I think that's good. First episode. Got a lot done. excited to play this game finally and record it, throw it up on my YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe, please. It helps a lot. Go check out my other socials. There are links on the page. And I do stream over on Twitch. Try to do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually 7 to 9, 9:30-ish. And then Sunday, usually about 6:30 to 9:30-ish, sometimes 10, depending on the game that we're playing. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that's a good first episode. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.